Hello, I'm Alex.
I'm James.
And I'm Dan.
We're the RAGAMUFFINs, and this is episode 53 of the RAGAMUFFIN Music Podcast. It's a place for us to talk about the music that we love.
And this is a special episode. This is our Slam Dunk Festival preview. We're going to talk through the entire lineup, and then we're going to give a breakdown of the bands that we want to see in our clashfinders.
Let's open this up with the Key Club stage, shall we?
Let's do that. I mean, from the start, Kid Bookie there. Saw him at Burn It Down. Seen him at Trees. Fun sets. Draws a good crowd.
Yeah.
I'd be up for seeing Kid Bookie again.
Yeah, I feel like this is a starting the stage with an artist like Kid Bookie, sort of a good manifesto for what this stage is doing as a whole, which I guess we're going to go through now. But I think the vibe of the Key Club is basically to show the vastness of alternative music in the UK and abroad at the moment. And I think having an artist like Kid Bookie to start is perfect. Like a really fun blend of sort of crossing over rap and nu metal and sort of what those two genres can be when they're put together. We already know how good that stuff sort of sounds from iconic bands like Slipknot and what have you. So Kid Bookie's doing it in a fun, like modern way.
Yeah.
Always fun live. I think it's going to be a great way to start the day. It's where spoilers, but it's where I'm planning to start my day. So
very nice. The first band on this stage that really jumps out to me is Free Throw. They're a band that don't really come to the UK that often. They've had a bit of a resurgence on TikTok recently. A few of their songs going viral as sounds on there. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really fun set. There'll be fans new and old that will be catching their set for sure. And they've got a slam dunk themed name as well.
oh yeah, beautiful. The next band that's jumping out to me on this stage is Mouth Culture. I remember watching a video of Josh from Unit 6 from years ago, and they asked him, it was some like press at a festival, probably Slam Dunk, and they said, who do you think is a future headliner of this festival? And he said Mouth Culture. And I'd kind of heard a few songs by them and not really gone like super deep into them. And then they released a new single called Rat Bag about 2 weeks ago. And I've been obsessed ever since. It's one of those ones that's just fucking catchy, fun, like kind of effortlessly cool. They sort of got a bit of kind of old school Unit 6, a bit of Boston Manor in there, a bit of I guess maybe like kind of Nothing But Thieves, and just a really cool blend of alternative UK rock, basically.
Yeah, they released an EP last year, which was really, really good. And again, like this is like a diverse list of influences there and bands they sound like. And that EP really kind of justifies what you're saying there. That each song has something different and special about it.
And by all accounts, a really good live band. We haven't been able to catch them yet, so this will be, for me at least, my first time. So I'm very excited.
I think it's great for us to see an Oxford band, South Arcade, appearing on so many festival lineups and tour lineups at the moment. They're playing at Reading and Leeds later this year. They've just toured with Bill Murray in the UK. And they're going to be at Slam Dunk Festival, making their Slam Dunk debut. Yeah,
exciting. They're definitely sort of... it's weird. They're doing like a throwback sort of vibe, but they're definitely still sort of carving out their own very unique sound. So definitely there's a reason why they're sort of going to be everywhere this summer, I think. So should be a very good summertime set, I think. Very, very fun.
It feels like it's been quite a bit of time since we've seen Graphic Nature.
Too long.
Like, probably, I want to say at least there was a year period, a bit like we've had with Holding Absence and we've had with Static Dress before. Like, we were seeing Graphic Nature everywhere, and it feels like one of those moments where distance makes the heart grow fonder. And I'm really looking forward to the set, and then the excitement of knowing that I'll see them like a month later at Download as well, just because they're such a fun, energetic band. Both the albums are phenomenal, and they just seem to keep going from strength to strength. I'm excited to see if we get anything new come out of it. It's been a bit of time. They might have been hunkering away writing some new music, so we could see some cheeky debuts. But there's just always a band that you see them on any kind of lineup, be it a gig lineup or a festival lineup, that like I need to go and see. You mark that out and you know that you can't miss it. And so very, very excited to see Graphic Nature again after quite some time.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said at the start, there's sort of, with artists like Kid Bookie as well, there's like a resurgence of like a modern take on nu metal, and Graphic Nature is sort of taking the heavier end of that vibe and really running with it. And so, I mean, 2 back-to-back albums that are just fucking wall-to-wall bangers. They've got their identity and their sound like fucking locked in now. I think this summer they're going to just fucking demolish everything in their path.
Yeah.
And speaking of people sort of reinterpreting nu metal, Split Chain, doing it in their own way, sort of blending like shoegaze and kind of dreamo, whatever the fuck you want to call it, stuff. But again, a band that have sort of taken the core foundations of what nu metal is and what it was, and kind of ran with it in their own direction, and it's obviously fucking working because they're blowing up at the moment.
I really want to hear Board Tired Torn live.
Oh man,
I really want to hear that live, and we've got a new album coming out, so just fucking excited.
And speaking of new albums, headlining the stage, Scowl, on the back of releasing a brand new album, which rips.
Absolutely.
What a way to celebrate its release by ripping a headline set as well.
Yeah, 100%. Feels like with that album, they've, again, it feels like a common theme at the moment, but like, now that we're sort of a healthy distance from the pandemic, I feel like bands have now really had enough years to write and tour and figure out where their own paths are going to start diverging now. And Scowl are one of those bands that have seemingly with this latest album really figured out what they want their identity to be, and I'm all in on it, and I think the set's going to be fucking really, really fun. So great band, I think, to headline that stage as well. We talk a lot about with Slam Dunk, like it's always really interesting to see some of the headliners of the stages, because you know, I want to say that the Wonder Years maybe headlined the same stage last year, and you would Wonder Years are like icons and like staples in the scene, and then to go from that to Scowl is quite like, I just think a really interesting move for Slam Dunk to make. It's like, I don't know, it keeps it fresh because you kind of just never really know who it's going to be.
I think one part that we can touch on later once we've got through this is just a main thing that I've seen which ties in with that. This used to be Key Club left and right. We now have main stage east and west. So I think with the way that you've changed that, and we're doing those kind of two main stages, I think that has a part to play in almost a restructuring of Slam Dunk that we're going to be seeing this year.
That's going to be interesting to see, because the thing that I liked about Key Club left and right, or whatever the fuck it was called last time, is like, because they were smaller stages, it was, by having them split, there was so much more scope for smaller up and coming bands to be there. And obviously that's changed this year. But with that in mind, I think the bands that they have picked for main stage east and west, like, I feel like with this year it's more like, let's celebrate the bands that have been cutting their teeth for so long. Like, you've got bands like Hot Mulligan and Movements and Knucklepuck on the main stage, and it feels like those were bands that a few years ago were doing like Key Club left and right.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to say Hot Mulligan probably did it like 2 years ago.
I remember seeing Knucklepuck play Slam Dunk in 2015, and they were on a stage which was basically a truck.
Yeah,
remember that.
So it's a cool.
It's good to see them play a proper big festival stage.
Yeah. Onto the Kerrang stage. Now it's kicking off with Late Malice. Seen them a couple of times before, I want to say. Just some really solid metalcore, and just a nice way to kind of start the day if you're looking for that kind of heavier vibe. A lot of energy on stage, a lot of really catchy songs there. So I do give them a good recommendation for people.
Yeah, 100%.
I have to admit, there's not a lot personally for me on this stage, but a running theme on this stage seems to kind of be nostalgia and throwbacks. And one of those, even though they're still an active band, is Twin Atlantic. They're a band that have been around for a very long time. I've not listened to them so much recently, but I've always loved their older stuff. So if the planets align and the Clash gods are good to me, which we'll touch on in a minute, then I'll definitely go check them out.
Yeah.
Good times.
I think they're one of those bands that you can just sort of like fall back into, and the same can be said for the band following them as it is, who are playing obviously their best album, Never Happy Ever After, which is like wall-to-wall bangers. It just is. And like,
they've just released an album full of reimagined versions as well, with loads of guest vocalists and guest performers.
Maybe we'll see some of that live.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
That would be nice.
You never know.
Even if it's not the exact guests that are on the album, it would just be cool for them to just hopefully maybe just bring out as many people as they can. Either way, it's exciting to, you know, see bands like that coming back, even if it is maybe just for like a short period of time. We don't really know how long, as it is, are going to be around for now. But like, obviously the pandemic was, for unfortunately a lot of bands, unfortunately like sort of forced hand as far as like where their career was going. And I feel like with bands like As It Is and Mallory Knox came back last year. Kids in Glass Houses came back the year before, I think. It's just nice, isn't it? And I feel like Slam Dunk is doing a really good job of like just giving us as fans those opportunities to be like, do you know that band you loved that you never got a chance to see properly? Well, they're back for the weekend and you can enjoy it. So, yeah, sweet. And credit as well on that stage before we move on to Hot Milk for headlining. They're not really my cup of tea, but like they're one of those bands that like you can definitely respect like the work that they've put in.
They really grind.
They really do like fucking work hard, and like I do think they're a band that definitely deserve that spot. So good on them.
Speaking of kind of nostalgia-driven music, the Monster Energy stage is packed with it. A lot of it not necessarily our kind of thing, but if you're a fan of stuff like the Ataris, Zebrahead, Streetlight Manifesto is a cool one. And Alkaline Trio as well is a great booking for Slam Dunk. Then this would be a really fun stage.
Yeah, we've like affectionately nicknamed this the Dad Crash in a previous podcast and times we've talked about Slam Dunk. But I genuinely think that is like, it's a really valuable sort of selling point of this festival, is that it's probably like, I think if you were a parent, this would be like the easiest festival to take your kid to for the first time, because it is literally like, you go have fun, run around from stage to stage. I can stay in one place, see all the bands that I loved, when I was your age, and everyone gets to just enjoy their day. I think that like,
it's a really good idea, and a really great selling point for Slam Dunk.
But I think that's always been a staple of Slam Dunk, is the incredible diversity they have. Whereas you get some festivals that could just be based around a sole genre, there's always, I think, something for everyone at Slam Dunk Festival. There's never anyone that you wouldn't go and see. And so to have that diversity and to maintain that over such a long period of time, they've done very well at that.
It'll be funny to like maybe look back on this in like 20 years' time.
And we're there at the Dad Crash.
We're at the Dad Crash and being like, these young'uns with their music. I just want to stay at the Monster stage and listen to my favourite bands. So in 20 years' time, when YouTube's being beamed directly into your brain, we'll remember this moment.
We're going to get parked up camping chairs at the Dad Crash watching Neck Deep headline.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And now we're getting on to the main stages. So as mentioned earlier, we've got this East and West split. You definitely have East being a bit more of the metal-y side.
Sure.
Starting off with Defects from the start. We've seen them before. Really kind of fun, energetic, a really good up-and-coming band. And I think this is a really nice spot for them to kickstart on one of the main stages. So we'd definitely recommend catching them if you're intrigued. And then into Dream State.
Yeah.
Which we've seen many times.
We love Dream State.
We love Dream State. You can go in and see our perfect gig we did with Jesse before. Again, just an incredibly fun band. I see the name and I immediately think back to their Tree Set in the Forest. I want to say maybe last year.
It was.
It was last year.
Yeah, it was while the 30 was on.
Yeah, you guys at the footy, I was at Dream State.
Oh,
no, you were at Dream State, weren't you? Yeah. Okay, you were gone at the footy.
Taking penalties in the pit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was fantastic. And they had the screen up of the game and everything as well. Yeah,
good times.
A really, really fun band. Seem to be relentlessly touring at the moment as well. So really putting the work in. Fully respect that. That Still Dreaming EP was very good. And so it'd be nice to catch these live again because it's been some time.
They always give their all with their live performance.
Yeah.
And a band that's quite new to me that I've started getting into is Imminence. They're heavy as fuck, and they're just really good. So I'm going to have to go out my way, I think, to catch them at Slam Dunk.
Go on then.
Marks. This is the set to go and see. I mean, the album's out at time of recording this Friday. I can't wait. I don't know what I can actually say at this point that people haven't already heard, probably from me just talking about this band. They are incredible live. You've now seen them and can testify to that.
Yeah, just the once.
Have you seen them yet?
I've seen I saw one song when they last played Slam Dunk.
Okay. Like just an amazing live band. Absolutely killing it and crushing it at the moment with what they're doing, this album release. I could talk about this for days, so I'm not going to, but very excited, and it leads into the next one being Stray. I do want the landmark set to have Death with Drew, because that would be really cool. But to go from this back into Stray afterwards is going to be probably one of the best 1-2 punches of heavy music that you could end up seeing this summer at any festival you go to be honest.
Might be fatal.
And I am gassed and hyped to hear Kubrick's there live.
Yeah, I mean, we were sort of unfortunately lost the opportunity to see Stray at Slam Dunk a few years ago when Craig unfortunately got hurt. So it feels like one that's kind of been owed to us for a while.
Yeah.
And it's nice to, finally get that back. And
I have a feeling it'll be worth the wait.
Oh, 100%. I think I might have said on this podcast before, I think Stray might be the best live band that I've ever seen. Because I've seen them in every possible scenario.
Yeah.
Opener, headliner, small venue, big venue, festival. Any possible time you could see a band, I think I have seen them, and they've always been either the best or very fucking close to being the best on any given day. So
that set at Download a couple of years ago just stands out in 2023 as one of the best sets of the entire 4 days.
Aside from Limp Bizkit, that Stray set is the best non-headliner set I've seen at Download.
Yeah.
So
the amount of people jumping and singing along to Fortune Teller's intro was insane. So yeah, Straight from the Path is going to be incredible.
Yeah, you've got more classics on this stage with Finch and The Used as well. So sort of, again, if you're an elder emo, if you dare label yourself like that.
Hashtag elder
classics emo. There. But this stage ends in the party of the summer. What a way to kick off our festival season. Electric Callboy. This band have eluded me thus far.
I've only seen bits of sets, and I really want to watch a whole set, and I'll have to get into the clashes in a minute and see if it's going to be feasible. But I really just want to catch a whole set and just see it. It just feels like it's going to be fun and just a nice, energetic, wholesome way to end the day. And like we said before, Slam Dunk is the perfect kickstart to a festival season. Having that one day and seeing so many great bands kind of really gets you excited for everything else you've got in the summer. And fits the summer vibes, and I feel like there's no way you couldn't see Electric Callboy coming away from it kind of grinning and saying you've had an absolute blast. And so please, Clash Gods, be nice to me when I look at this shortly.
And now we come to Main Stage West, which is where I will be most at home for most of the day, I think.
Yep. You usually do have your stage where it's this is the dance stage.
Yeah, this is the stage that they've curated for me.
Yep. They keep you in mind all the time.
It's like I book it myself. Let me book a stage next year. That would be good.
Ragamuffin stage of Slam Dunk? ?
So I'll be kicking off my day, I expect, with Sweet Pill on this stage. If you're a fan of bands like the Wonder Years and just general emotive pop punk, this will be great.
I had a friend recommend them and played some to me recently.
They're
very much
good.
Enjoyed it. And
Very,
it feels
very
like
good.
if you're going for more of a chilled start to the festival as well, it's really going to hit that mark for you.
Yeah, very, very fun band. I've seen them live at Trees, and they're great.
For me, Knuckle Puck is jumping out. Copacetic in full. Come on.
Yeah, baby.
Come on.
Wait.
Everything really is copacetic.
It really is. Legit. Yeah. Fucking hell. Thank you, Slam Dunk.
That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And I bet going from that straight into movements for you as well.
Bonkers. Shouldn't be allowed. Should be illegal. But thankfully it's not. Yeah, Movement's sick as fuck. I mean, they're one of those bands that have an album that is so loved by people in Feel Something, and they've still been able to evolve into a sound that isn't too far from that, but they haven't just lingered on that. They've evolved in, I think, the perfect way, the same way that Citizen have. And it's sort of resulted in this really interesting live show when you see Movements, because the newer stuff's obviously a lot more energetic live and a lot more maybe inducing of movement, ironically. And then you still hear stuff from Feel Something, and it's just beautiful, immersive sing-along moments for the whole crowd. There is nothing quite like being in a crowd when they played Daily. It's one of those goosebump moments in life. So
it really is shaping up to be a Pink Cloud summer. Should we talk about the hot new band?
Let's talk about the hot new band. Hot Mulligan. Oh, man. This is what we're talking about. This is what I think is so exciting about Slam Dunk is The last time I saw Hot Mulligan there was one of the key clubs in 2022 or 23, can't remember. And now they're, you know, mid-afternoon on a main stage. Like, I think that's
big stage,
big vibes. It's going to be amazing. Like,
yeah,
they just have this. There's something about their music that's just infectious in it. Like, you just can't help but scream along. I can't say sing because I don't think what that guy does is singing, but yelp.
Yeah, it's not quite singing and it's not quite screaming, but
no,
it makes you feel.
Absolutely,
that's the main thing. Yeah, I've seen that band, the Joiners in Southampton, which is like a 200 cap venue. Seen them at like some bigger and bigger stages at some festivals, and now, yeah, seeing them on a massive stage at Slam Dunk Festival is going to be fucking awesome. Hot Mulligan are in great company as well. We've got the Hot New Band and a band that's been around for a while now, Newfound Glory.
Yeah,
just some of their songs are just iconic, and there's going to be some huge sing-alongs.
Yeah, say no more.
Hopefully the sun's out, so it's a big pop punk pizza pie.
Oh God, imagine if it rains.
Don't put those vibes out there. It's going to be lovely weather.
Now we get to the last two bands on this stage. I got to say
Titans of the scene.
I got to say something.
Say something.
I think Neck Deep could have headlined outright on their own.
Mm.
Agreed. And especially if it could have been the anniversary set of Life's Not Out to Get You.
Yeah. Personally, I think given that they've done like Ali Pali, they had a massive slot on main stage at Download last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. That went off. They are not even arguably, they are the biggest UK pop punk band.
Yep.
Dare I say ever?
Of all time.
Yeah, I think that's completely valid to say.
And I think Neck Deep could have headlined this festival outright.
Yep.
And Slam Dunk went, here's a headliner. Here's a band that is headline worthy. And then here's another one.
But wait a second.
Remember.
Another one.
Two for the price of one.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a twofer.
Excuse me?
A twofer.
Oh, yeah, we've got a twofer. That's the thing now.
What do you think I said?
I don't know. I don't know. We're making up words. Yeah, this is absolutely massive, innit? I mean, had you just told me Neck Deep, I would have said, yeah, sure.
I'd be happy with that.
I'm a happy boy.
Do it.
You've told me Neck Deep and A Day to Remember.
You're very happy boy.
How's that feasible? It shouldn't be, but it is.
Slam Dunk made it happen.
They made it happen. Dreams coming true.
And it feels like A Day to Remember have kind of been expected to headline Slam Dunk for some years.
I think they've been predicted basically every year.
Probably. So this does also feel like it is very much due at this time. And that, I guess, like, this will be the interesting thing when we come off the back of this and we start talking about next year, as you always do immediately after you've been to a festival, and kind of thinking who it could be. It will be an intriguing one to kind of come out of this and think, oh, A Day to Remember have now done it. We can't include them in the list because we've just always been expecting, anticipating, and then not necessarily got it. So
imagine they just book them again next year.
Just book them again. 2 years in a row, you've got A Day to Remember as a headliner.
Well, the new album is meant to be in 2 parts, allegedly. So
don't rule it out, essentially.
Interesting. No, I think you could argue that there is no band that probably greater personifies what Slam Dunk is about than A Day to Remember. Pop punk, metalcore.
Hooks for days. Breakdowns.
Hooks for days.
Great
Pizza.
vibes. Hating our hometown, loving our hometown, conflicted about our hometown.
All of the
Just
above.
a lot to feel, yeah. And that's the lineup. It's bloody massive.
It's going to be a day to remember.
See? That's why you're on a podcast.
For the dad jokes.
That's what quick thinking.
I'll be at the dad crash in no time.
So before we get into our clashes, we did ask some people on Instagram, in particular, of bands that they're looking forward to seeing. We have some South Arcade. We've got some A Day to Remember. A lot of them say easily A Day to Remember, but after them probably Hot Mulligan or Movements. So I feel like you could be seeing
a few
of our followers on the stages there. Copacetic in full, as we mentioned. Bronze, looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Imminence, as you said. I think that's very exciting. A lot of landmarks, which I'm all here for. So I think like everyone just does seem to be really genuinely excited about Slam Dunk. I think the diversity of this lineup is really strong and incredible, and like we said earlier, just offers a lot to everyone.
Yeah, it is a really strong lineup this year, and we're about to see how difficult that's made it to plan our day.
Who wants to kick it off?
I'll go first.
Go on then, Ali.
Now, I'm planning to start my day with Kid Bookie.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and easy. I might see a bit of Sweet Pill beforehand, but, I'm not. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Following that, I'm scooching over to Main Stage East for Dream State. Easy. Light and breezy. No clashes yet. Thank you. Following that, I'm going east to west, like the sun. Wait, does the sun rise in the east or in the west? Which way does
Rise in the east, sets in the west.
Yeah, so I'm moving like the sun, east to west. Knuckle puck, Main Stage. Copacetic and full. I'm staying there. Movements.
Like the sun.
Like the sun once it's set. No, wait, because when it's
dark.
I'm at movements. Now, tricky, because that does overlap quite considerably with landmarks.
You know where you need to be.
I love movements so much. Depends on the layout of the site.
Great news. In that app that you're using right there, the Slam Dunk app, you can get the map.
I'll have a look
probably
in a minute. I've got another clash after this, unfortunately.
Yes, you can. There's the map.
It's straight from the path of mouth culture. Clashing.
Yikes.
Heart says stray. Head says mouth culture. I've seen stray before.
You're just giving me the Terry Tibbs.
Yeah. Head says no. Balls say yes.
Head.
Balls.
Which one was it for you?
Head. Stray. Balls. Mouth culture. Me and my balls might be going to mouth culture. I haven't decided. Oh, that's a really tough one. That is my biggest clash of the day. Fuck. Well, you'll find out in the vlog. I haven't made my mind up yet, so we'll know.
Yeah, you'll have to tune into the vlog to find out.
Either way, after that...
Or join the RAGAMUFFIN Club and maybe we'll do a fan vote on who Alex goes to see.
Ooh, that's exciting. I might ignore the fan vote anyway. I'm back at Main Stage West for Hot Mulligan, of course. Then we're back to the Key Club for Graphic Nature. Then I'm thinking, as it is also going to be dinner time. 6:30, stand at the back, eat a burger.
Pop and pizza pie.
Pop and pizza pie, brilliant. I'm then faced with another conundrum. Neck deep or split chain?
It's a toughie, isn't it?
It's a toughie. I've seen neck deep.
I think it depends how involved you want to be for neck deep, because I think that set overlaps a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads of time when split chain finish. You can go and watch neck deep.
Yeah, but when split chain finish, it's Electric Cool Boy.
What you gonna do?
Unfortunately, massively clashes with Scout. So I'm in quite the conundrum because my day starts off easy and then it basically goes to absolute shit. In another reality, we're at North and South and I can see everyone, but that's just not the way it is. So unfortunately, Electric Cool Boy or Scout. What do you think? I'm more likely to see Electric Cool Boy again.
Tell us in the comments.
Sooner than Scout. Do you think?
They're playing Ali Pally in the year with support from Bury tomorrow, and I'm very tempted to go.
Are you shitting me?
No.
Bury tomorrow on Electric Cool Boy?
Yeah, I'm very tempted to
go. Sold.
I'm very tempted to go.
I'll go and see Scout then. That's my day at Slam Dunk South.
Mine starts with clashes straight away, to be honest. In the same kind of period, you've got Sweet Pill, Defects, and Lake Malice. And I think it's going to just kind of depend on the day, what vibe I'm feeling, who's going to what, and if someone convinces me some kind of certain way. But then it goes on to Dream State. Luckily, no clashes. And I kind of have a nice little run here going to Knuckle Puck, Landmarks, into Stray. Very happy there. Then into Graphic Nature. The run's still going swimmingly well.
The Clash gods have been kind to you.
They have been kind until it gets to the evening. And then we've got the Neck Deep Split Chain kind of starting same time as like you've mentioned, and then the Electric Cool Boy. Now, I'm leaning towards maybe catching a bit of Split Chain and then going to Electric Cool Boy. I've seen Neck Deep a lot of times now. If it was a Life's Not Out to Get You set, I think that's what would keep me there.
Changes things.
But I've not seen Electric Cool Boy in a full set like I mentioned before. I really want to be able to do that and kind of get immersive in the crowd with that.
How would you feel though if after Electric Cool Boy I came up and told you, oh, Neck Deep played Life's Not Out to Get You in full?
I would probably be so happy from seeing Electric Cool Boy it wouldn't bother me I think at that point.
Would it really not?
No.
I'd be ready to throw hands if I found out.
No, I think It will make pre-decisions, but I think then post-seeing Electric Callboy and the energy and the vibes...
Post-Callboy clarity.
That's it. Post-Callboy clarity. That will kind of tide that over the life's not out to get you potential. But
you're proud of that
you're
one, aren't
really
you?
happy. Look at his face.
Look at him.
He's so pleased with himself.
I'm proud of you as well.
Thanks, man.
And then finish Electric Callboy, onto a day to remember. Few clashes.
Bon appetit.
But I do love, I've got a nice middle run where I'm like, I can see all these bands I want to see. Landmarks, Stray, Graphic Nature. Very happy with that section in particular. How's yours looking down?
Really, your clashes is just 2 little 3-ways throughout the day.
Yeah.
Starting the day with one as well.
Yeah, start the day and get towards the end of the day with clashes.
Wow.
Not to spoil my clash finder, but the 3 of us have got pretty similar days. Normally we all kind of just go off in our own separate ways and don't see each other all day.
We arrive together and then just disperse.
Yeah.
It's usually James just fucks off somewhere
to the heavy.
James goes to wherever there's a heavy riff.
I fuck off to the.
And then I sort of just breeze past Dan a few times a day and go, "You all right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I haven't moved all day."
Oh,
all right, I'll be back in a bit.
At one stage, and you've just walked off somewhere. Yeah, and there's usually like one set in the middle of the day where we all kind of converge together and a bit of like catch up, and then we just separate off until the end of the day again. But this been like we actually may do a slam
little day together,
kind of together.
Cute.
That'd be cute, wouldn't it?
It'd be very cute.
Yeah, I'm going to start my day with Sweet Pill because I think they're really great. They do clash a little bit with Defects. It would be nice to see Defects, so we'll see what the vibe is at the time. Maybe I'll shoot off and see a little bit of Defects as well. But at least a start with Sweet Pill. Going then to Main Stage East to see Dream State, of course. Can't really miss them. Mm-hmm. Friends of the podcast. Big love to those guys. We'll definitely be catching them. And then we've got Knucklepuck. They're playing Copacetic in full. How can I miss that?
You can't.
You have a Copacetic tattoo.
Answer, I can't miss that. So I'm not going to. Nothing is going to stop me. And then we'll do a hard cut there to me, like having a broken leg or something. not going at all.
Wheeling
just
you to
just
it.
stood in the crowd of streaky diarrhea again. Nothing will stop me being. Dan, I think you should leave. Everything is copacetic, guys. It's fine.
This is how it's meant to be. There is a slight clash with them with Imminence, but there should be enough time for me to migrate from west to east like a bird in the winter. No, that's north to south. To catch the end of Imminence, which would be very good.
Sorry. As soon as you said the word migrate, I just knew you.
I thought that as well.
You teed yourself up.
I was like, he has to go with the bird joke. He has to do a bird joke.
Fucking brilliant.
Movements. I have to. I'm an emo boy at heart. I have to go and see Movements. Even if it means that I miss a little bit of Landmarks. Has to be done. But I will be going. Basically, seemingly a lot of my day is west, east. So I'm going to be getting the steps up on the old Fitbit. Yeah, I'll catch the end of Landmarks. That'd be cool to finally see a decent chunk of one of their sets. And then I'll be shooting straight over to see Free Throw because I want to be angry finger pointing, like bouting those tunes out for a bit of catharsis. I think my main clash is the same as Alex's, Stray from the Path and Mouth Culture. It's a toughie. I've seen both of them quite a lot. I think I'm probably leaning towards Stray. I've seen Mouth Culture a few times. I've seen them both a few times, but I think Stray are kind of the rarer of the two. So I might have to catch them, I think.
Yeah, Mouth Culture are UK based, aren't they?
Yeah. So. And they'll be at Burn It Down Festival, I believe. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's made my decision a bit easier then.
I've got another clash here. Similar story. Hot Mulligan versus South Arcade. South Arcade I've seen a few times before. I'll see them again quite soon. Hot Mulligan, bit rarer. I don't know why I have my hands on my hips.
You got just as much chance seeing South Arcade walk down the street. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think I saw them in Sainsbury's the other day.
Very well could be.
Yeah, Hot Mulligan. Hot new band. Biggest stage at the festival. The sun's going to be out. There's going to be crowd surfers everywhere. Everyone's going to be bowing out those lyrics. It's going to be very, very fun. I'll then maybe head over to the Krang stage for a little cameo to see a bit of Twin Atlantic.
Yeah.
And then Graphic Nature, innit?
Gotta be.
It's gotta be Graphic Nature.
Be.
Over at the Key Club stage. Yeah. It's going to be fucking great. There's a tough choice now between Newfound Glory and The Used. Probably leaning towards Newfound Glory, I reckon. It's for the nostalgia vibes. Yeah. Bit of it as it is for the same reasons as well. This is the good thing about Slam Dunk. It's not a huge festival site, so you can kind of just nip about, catch like 10 minutes over there, 10 minutes over here, and just see as many bands as you possibly can throughout the day. There's another clash here, Neck Deep versus Split Chain. We've discussed this.
Painful.
I think because Slam Dunk is mainly a pop punk festival, I'm going to be in a pop punk mood. I'm going to have my backwards cap on, a baggy t-shirt and some shorts. I'm going to want to go and see Neck Deep, I reckon.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I want to say Split Chain are somewhere else this summer as well.
Download.
Is it?
Yeah,
yep.
They are, yeah.
Yep.
That's the one.
There you go.
I'll then catch the end of Electric Callboy. Because I've got to, really. It seems like the right thing to do.
Got to be done. And
it'll almost be like a pre-party to get ready for a day to remember, to round out the end of the festival. And their set is due to finish at 15 minutes past 10.
Oh, that's a good time. I want to say, like, from all the Slam Dunks you may have done, this could be the most although, yes, you're most between East and West, this is probably the most you've travelled.
It's the most movement I've made, yeah.
In Slam Dunk between different stages.
It's because they've stuck the Stuff I Want on the two big stages that are opposite ends of the site to each other.
Yeah.
Rather than just everything being on the Key Club stage.
It's occurred to me that in all the years we've been to Slam Dunk, we've spent more time at Beaconsfield Services than we have the Dad Crash. Ever.
Well, if the Dad Crash gets a lineup of McDonald's, Greg's, Weatherspoons, KFC,
Subway,
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. How are you the one? Not me saying that.
WH Smith's and M&S.
Then Casino.
I'll go.
Yeah. Put that in there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
They just have a little food court in that little corner.
Set out in the exact arrangement of Beaconsfield Services. Greatest services in the country, by the way.
Beaconsfield in a field.
Beckons in field. The field beckons us. Hatfield. There we go. And there's
this
the
is where it all ties
That's
in.
why we do a podcast.
Write that down.
The field beckons us to Slam Dunk. You can quote us on that. Jesus Christ.
But no, the rest of the lineup's enough to beckon us to Hatfield Park for another year.
Another year. We'll keep going. You keep booking it. We'll keep coming.
What's the one set you're looking forward to most?
Fucking what a question.
You've said that like it's not...
Like I wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah, not a go-to question for this kind of episode.
One set I'm most looking forward to?
Yeah.
It's a good question. I think it's got to be Copacetic, isn't it? Knucklepuck playing Copacetic. That just fucks, doesn't it? I'll say that.
Daniel?
I am looking forward to the Copacetic set, but I think Hot Mulligan is just going to be such a party. Such a vibe.
Landmarks.
Who asked?
They did. They asked. Oh, I'm hurt now.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're looking forward to Landmarks.
I'm really looking forward to Landmarks.
Do you like Landmarks? Okay, now.
Just a little bit.
I've never heard of it.
You should mention it.
You should have told me about them.
Let us know.
Who are you looking forward to?
Let us know down below. You there watching. Let us know in the comments down below who you're most looking forward to at Slam Dunk. If you're at South, you see us, come and say hello. We love chatting with everyone about this, so you can join the Ragamuffin Club where we've talked about this as well. We're talking about other festivals in there. It's our lovely little Facebook community. The link is in the description below. And come chat music with us. New releases, gigs, festivals, random shit. Yeah.
Sure. I can't believe that festival season is finally here, boys.
I know.
We made it. War is over.
Do you want to let them know about the playlist?
It's going to be a playlist. We're going to stick some of our bands that we're most looking forward to at Slam Dunk this year in a little playlist on Spotify for you. So there'll be a link for that probably.
There'll be a link for that in the description.
Absolutely.
And then we've got our t-shirts. You can head to our website, www.ragamuffin666.uk. Got a couple of t-shirts up there for you. Go and cop yourself one of those.
If you buy one now, you can wear it to the festival.
Exactly. You'll get it in time. We're good on postage.
Yep.
And like the video, subscribe, get hype for festival season. Like we said, it's literally round the corner at this point. Slam Dunk is next month. We've got Download, we've got Trees, we've got Burn It Down. I'm forgetting other festivals, but there's all kinds of other things happening. You can go back and watch vlogs from previous years, get that hype up, get excited by it, and hopefully we're going to have a good summer. Some good weather this year.
I feel good about it.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
hopeful.
And if you're feeling a bit dazed and confused, well, what the fuck? This isn't the normal format of the fortnightly podcast. Don't worry, it'll be back in 2 weeks' time with the latest releases, discussion topics, and all that good shit. So don't you worry your pretty little head. This was just like a fun episode.
Yeah, it has been fun, you know.
It's been fun.
I have enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed this.
Well,
Yeah,
depends
as
on
a
not
check,
you
as a
enjoying it,
for
or-
once. Yeah, it's been nice for once.
I've
Yeah.
actually fucking
I've had a
enjoyed
good
it.
time today.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, this has been good.
Hopefully you've had a good
We
time.
should do this again.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. Yeah, 2
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 2 weeks or at Slam Dunk. See ya.